I'm Ben Hooper, and this is Weekend Odds and Ends, a special Friday edition of the UPI Odd News Minute for August 15th, 2025. Welcome to Weekend Odds and Ends, our weekly roundup of the missed odd-portunities that didn't quite make this week's podcasts. First up, a mechanic working on a 2015 Ford Edge brought into his Minnesota shop made a startling discovery under the hood. A wallet that had been lost by a Michigan Ford plant worker 11 years earlier. Richard Guilford, who is now retired, said he remembers the day he lost his wallet while working on vehicles that had been shipped to the Michigan assembly plant in Wayne after coming off the assembly line in Chicago with electrical issues. Guilford and his team searched for the missing wallet, but there were 2,000 vehicles on the floor, and they eventually had to give up. He said the wallet contained his driver's license, his Ford Motor Company ID, $15 in cash, and $250 worth of Cabela's gift cards he had intended to use to buy Christmas presents. The wallet's final fate remained a mystery for 11 years, until Chad Volk, owner of LC Car Care in Crystal Lake, Minnesota, was working on a 2015 Ford Edge brought in to have its cooling fans replaced. Volk said he was attempting to put the airbox back into place under the hood, but it wouldn't fit right. He removed it again and found Guilford's leather wallet sitting on top of the transmission. Volk was quickly able to find and contact Guilford on Facebook, and the wallet was soon in the mail. Volk said the Edge had about 150,000 miles on it when it came into his shop, leading Guilford to joke that his $15 was now well-traveled currency. Guilford said Cabela's has agreed to issue him new gift cards so he can keep his preserved wallet intact as a keepsake. Moving on from a solved mystery to a well-traveled manatee, marine rescuers in Massachusetts said they are keeping tabs on the first manatee to be spotted in the state's waters in nearly a decade. The International Fund for Animal Welfare, which is working together with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and local groups in Massachusetts, is asking the public to report any sightings of the marine mammal. The manatee was first spotted July 26th, when paddleboarder Jennifer Sullivan recorded video of the animal off Mashpee. Sullivan told NBC Boston the manatee was just lazing around there in the grass, going as slowly as possible. The manatee was spotted again July 29th, when it was temporarily stranded on tidal flats in the Mattapoisett area. It was able to return to deeper waters when the tide came in. Stacy Hedman, Senior Director of Communications for IFAW, said there have been only 4 confirmed manatee sightings off Massachusetts in the past 17 years, with the most recent being in 2016. Officials are now asking the public to report any further manatee sightings. They said a rescue plan will be put into effect if the animal becomes stranded again, or the water temperature dips below comfortable temperatures for the warm water creature. Speaking of traveling animals, an Australian reptile wrangler was called to a Queensland home where residents discovered a venomous snake napping in a model train set tunnel. Stuart McKenzie of Sunshine Coast Snake Catchers 24/7 was called out to a home where a resident spotted what he initially thought to be a rubber snake on his model train set. The snake catching business said on social media that the reptile was a healthy and rather large brown tree snake that decided to have a sleep in the train set. The post included video of McKenzie safely removing the snake from a tunnel on the model train tracks. McKenzie says in the video that the snake is preparing to shed its skin. The video ends with the snake being released into the wild, and McKenzie saying, "Back in the tree where you belong, away from the model train set." Brown tree snakes are venomous, but are generally not considered dangerous to adult humans. And finally, police were summoned to an Illinois high school where a pig that apparently escaped from a child's birthday party decided to pay a visit to campus. Evanston Township High School said on social media that its safety department received multiple calls about a fugitive pig seeking refuge at the home of the Wildkits. The Evanston Police Department was contacted, and officers Daniel Pack and Jacqueline Roden were called to pursue the porcine perpetrator. The pig was successfully collared after a short and slippery pursuit, the Post said. The pig was taken to the Evanston Animal Shelter, where Vicky Pasenko, the facility's executive director, captor, later learned the estimated 30-pound animal had escaped from a child's birthday party in the area. Pasenko said adults from the party came to the shelter, but she couldn't release the pig to them because they had only rented the animal and were not the owners. She said pigs are not legal to keep in the city of Evanston. Perry Kulaba, the city's animal warden, said the pig will either be returned to its owner outside of town or placed in a new home. For these stories and more national, international, sports, entertainment, science, and odd news from United Press International, visit UPI.com. Follow the UPI Odd News Minute on YouTube and TikTok. Have you ever lost something that turned up in a strange or unexpected place? Share your story in the comments.